Bullet Bunny. Welcome back to Demo, the show where we demo the demos from the latest games coming to your console this year. Today we're taking a look at Bullet Bunny, a twin-stick shooter with roguelike elements. Fend off an onslaught of enemies, level up, and create unique builds every run while trying to survive for 500 seconds in this post-apocalyptic bullet hell. Bullet Bunny uses pixel art to a good effect. While it is not necessarily mind-blowing, the pixel art and animation is simple and effective for what it needs to accomplish. The pixel artist, who is also the developer, I want to say Pen USB Mike, I know I'm pronouncing that right, has a YouTube that I personally follow for pixel art tutorials. Check the link up top in the description and make sure to give them a follow. The artwork and overall tone of the graphic package here feel unified. No elements are really out of place or disjointed, like you might find in a game where the developer has to cobble together pixel art assets from a website in order to finish their game. Instead, all of the monsters, the way things all bounce and undulate, the special effects, all feel congealed and solidified together. I will never not like pixel art, and I will always love great pixel art. Though I did say the graphics are nothing to write home about, that doesn't mean that it isn't well done pixel art. The style here is clearly defined and decided. There are some clear influences here that are just narrowly escaping me, but Bullet Bunny keeps the feeling of, Nuclear Throne, that's the one I'm looking for. It has a very Nuclear Throne feel about it, in the best way, utilizing red outlines for the enemies and white outlines for the player to help readability, giving everything a lively bounce to its animation, having lots of jibs and particles flying everywhere, screen shake, hit pause, all the essentials of the Vlambeer playbook of game juice. It's done well enough and doesn't detract. My only small gripe is that the main character is a tiny bunny, and sometimes can get lost in the sea of crazy going on screen, which is possibly by design. The UI is simple, a bullet count above your head, damage counters above the enemies, otherwise minimal screen clutter, with the exception of the stat tracking HUD on the top left and right, which you will barely have time to look at or register, save for maybe your HP numbers. In between the carnage, when you earn an upgrade along with a moment of rest, you can see a bit more info on your current run specifics, what power-ups are doing what for your stat lines, buffs and multipliers, with a stylized but sometimes hard to read font. But if you're just in it for the action and less the roguelike number crunching, you will likely not care. The UI does its job and stays out of the way. The demo may only feature 1 or 2 tracks, but the pulsing, what I'll call zombie house vibe to the tracks is just what the game needs to get the player's blood pumping and excited to mow down hundreds of undead scourge. Once the pumping kick drum hits, you can't help but nod your head in anticipation for the incoming waves of monstrous evil. The melody of the main song puts you right into the zombie horror flicks of the 80s and has a very John Carpenter meets Vangelis feel to it. The sound in this game is great. It's chunky, clicky, squishy, and crunchy in all the right places. There's a fine line between being noticeable and being grating. Bullet Bunny rides the line with well-designed gunfire and reloading noises, zombies exploding into bloody clouds, and otherworldly wisps and whirs from your special powers. The sound effects all feel designed together, so no one piece really stands against another, which is always a sign of a good engineer. Together, the 2 parts make for a well-rounded audio package. I would listen to this game's soundtrack during spooky season any year. The main theme would fit right into a zombie killing montage in an indie flick or TV show. It might be my affinity for the zombie genre, but I find the audio in this game very satisfying and befitting to the game's overall presentation. Simple is good. Simple is simple, which is good. Aim your mouse at the bad things, click the button to make them go away. Simple. Adding traversal to that with your other hand is what makes twin-stick shooters a challenging but intriguing mix of right and left brain coordination. You won't have to worry about a dodge roll button or some extra input to perform special moves, just the 2 mouse buttons and good old WASD to take on the endless waves of zombie scourge. Simple. I'd lie if I didn't say things got sweaty at certain points, just in this demo. and rarely do I ever feel the drive to play a demo twice. That's the mark of a good demo, and an effective genre. The ramping up of difficulty in Bullet Bunny never feels unfair, and mistakes that are made are always the player's fault, never because the game made it impossible to win. If you can keep ahead of the oncoming threat, you can quickly become a powerful God Bunny with several awesome weapon upgrades at your disposal. But be aware, the game never lets you escape its progressively threatening difficulty. The gameplay loop is simple and easy to understand right from the jump. Shoot the zombie, collect the experience pellets as they drop. The name of the game here is threat mitigation. You are a zombie magnet, so the challenge is determining which enemy is breaching your personal bubble the soonest and dispatching them with sweet impunity. The catch is, you can't really stay still, otherwise the XP pellets will despawn and you'll be left in the lurch as a low-level squab while the zombies approach and become flesh tanks, bent on consuming your precious soul. Never rest, you've got work to do, young rabbit. Plenty of options to customize a run, including power-ups, weapon selection, emergent synergy, and character builds, make this a classic-style roguelike coating on a solid twin-stick frame. The game offers several weapon choices not available in the demo, as well as a few stat-specific character classes that can add some interesting uniqueness to the playthroughs. Having some reliability is nice when almost everything else in the game is randomized as far as your loadout goes. All that, plus the game being very snappy and respectful of your time, makes replaying a breeze, and losing often makes you eager to jump right back in. The thrill of destroying zombie hordes of undead evil is never lost on me, and it's why the trope has been so prevalent in games in the various shooter genres. While this game doesn't reinvent any wheels with its concept, the execution is certainly gritty and stylized enough to get any player engaged. From the first bullet fired, you will find yourself hooked into Bullet Bunny's energetic and unrelenting gameplay. The looming threat of endless increasing hordes and the promise of powerful upgrades upon their demise is an appetizing plate, casting the player into a determined mission of badassery that leaves you feeling rightfully victorious, or hungry for just one more step into the fray. Bullet Bunny's strengths lie in its very fun, addictive gameplay with great sound and engaging progressive action. Its cons, however, reside in the small resolution that can sometimes make it very hard to see where your character is. Outside of that, I would be lying if I had any other complaints. Bullet Bunny offers a great demo that shows a promising project which definitely does its genre well. It has just enough depth to be engaging and plenty of game feel that makes the playthroughs a satisfying experience. It feels almost like a game from Newgrounds, and I mean that as a compliment. After writing that, I found out that it actually is a Newgrounds game, so that makes a lot of sense. It's a contained, small-scale, and simplified formula with enjoyable shooting and great sound throughout. For the price, which is about the cost of a cup of coffee, you can enjoy mowing down ceaseless droves of horror from beyond the grave. What's not to love? If you happen to have a Steam Deck, this would make a fantastic addition to your lineup. Bullet Bunny is priced at $4.99 American and is already out now with a release date of March 4th, 2024. It's a great pick-up-and-play twin-stick roguelike bullet hell hybrid, and you should check it out. Thank you for watching Demo. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.